Hello, everyone.
Hello. Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back. If you're joining us again, because Lisa and I did a webinar yesterday, so great to be back. Wait, was it yesterday or Monday?
Yeah. Yesterday.
Yesterday
was Monday, I think.
It was. That's right. Oh my God, lockdown life. So yes, good to be back with you. Good to be back with you, Lisa. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm very happy. It's nice weather this week. Yeah, very, very happy. Even though,
Excellent.
despite the situation. And
Yes.
yourself?
Yes, I mean, apart from the situation, my prime minister's in the intensive care unit, which is slightly surreal. But
Really?
hopefully, yes, Boris Johnson was taken into the intensive care unit last night.
Oh dear.
He
And
is.
some people were saying he wasn't severe to begin with.
He wasn't, but he has deteriorated. Not too much. He is conscious. He's not on a ventilator. He's more in the ICU as a precaution in case he needs a ventilator to help his lungs while he recovers. So
Wow, okay. That's crazy.
a dramatic development. Also, some interesting constitutional questions over who's in charge of what in his absence.
Yeah, definitely. That's crazy.
It's pretty weird. Those of you who know me and have had maybe lessons, we've done some government and politics lessons in the past, will know that this is one of those areas where having an unwritten constitution can make things a little messy.
Definitely. I would say so.
But
we're
yes.
joined by Sonia.
Hello, Sonia. Hi, Lisa. I'm Sonia. I'm 12. Oh, Sonia, yes, of course. Hi. Oh, that's so nice to have you with us, Sonia.
Excellent. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining us, Sonia. We hope you're okay. And we've got Bruno from Lyon. Well, welcome, Bruno. Bonjour. Bienvenue. Let's have a look. Sonia says, I had lessons with you too. Yes, you did, Sonia. We promise we know exactly who you are. It's nice to have you. Okay. And we've got Olga who says, it's not my level, but good teachers.
We like to hear that.
That's very, very kind of you, Olga. Very, very kind of you. Okay. I mean, yeah, guys, the levels for the webinars, we do, obviously, they are level specific, but there's nothing wrong if you want to push yourself a bit, or if you're higher level and you think you'd like to review some of the basics. Always a good idea, I think, both of those. Would you agree, Lisa?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a great thing to be able to do, is to take a look back as well if you're at a higher level. Maybe some things you haven't studied in a long time, and also just for vocabulary, because we do lots of different vocabulary in every single webinar. So it's good, even if the grammar is more difficult if you're a lower level, it's still good practice. It's good practice and good listening practice for sure.
Absolutely. And also, these focus activities are more conversation based anyway. So we're not getting into the kind of nitty gritty of grammar detail. So they're a bit more, they are a bit more open. We've got Bruno, our second Bruno, but this is Bruno from Milan. So hello, Bruno. And I think that's Michele. Hello, Michele. Where are you from, Michele? Let us know. And we've got Valeria from Milan. Well, guys, you're reminding us, as I keep forgetting to do, to introduce myself. My name is Liam. I'm 30 years old, and I come from Manchester in the United Kingdom. And I've lived in Italy for about 3 years now, and I've lived in Milan for about 2 years. And I've been a teacher, and I'm a teacher at Maies Meravigli. That's the Maies school. And I'm joined today by
me. So I'm Lisa. I'm 29 and I'm from Ireland. And I also work at the Meravigli School with Liam. And I've been living, sorry, I've got I'm over here. I have to go above this. I've been living in Italy for 2.5 years now. Fantastic. We also have Marcello joining us as well.
It's not my level 2, but great teachers. Excellent. Very good, guys. Yes, as we say, come one, come all.
We have
right.
fans. It's great.
We've got fans, exactly. Maybe these Liam and Lisa webinars are drawing a bit of a cult following.
I know. It's great. It's good to know.
Right.
Okay.
Olga's got a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Right away. Just saying that Olga wants to jump in right away with this question. She wants to know, what does peeves mean? Great question. Well, I mean, as I can just give one. Okay, if you can use it with the it's an adjective as well. So to be peeved, right? This isn't very common anymore. It's not such a common one, but in English, to be peeved is to be annoyed or irritated.
Exactly.
So it's like a mild annoyance.
And I see there's a bit of confusion in the chat. Pet peeves are not animals.
Yeah,
okay, they're not animals.
Yeah, so because Sonia, animali domestici is just pets. Stop.
By themselves.
Yeah. Okay. We're talking about something quite different here. This is one of those English words, like Lisa was hinting at, where we've basically got a double meaning here, or at least a double use.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like a phrase, your pet peeves, as opposed to a thing. Okay. So like Liam was saying, to be peeved is to be annoyed. So your pet peeves are personal to you. It's like your personal annoyances, your personal. So what irritates you the most or the most often? Okay. Don't worry, Sonia. It's okay. Don't worry. It's Sonia. An easy mistake.
Yeah, Sonia, you're not the first and you will not be the last. Lots of students will say, oh, pet peeves. I have a cat, I have a dog, I have a bird. Do not worry.
Exactly. And also welcome Raffaele from Roma. Welcome.
Hello,
amazing.
Raffaele.
So we will be talking a bit about what peeves us, okay? So what annoys us, what irritates us, because this is something I think everyone has particular things that annoy them, okay? Maybe even specifically okay? So we'll just be practicing some common pet peeves, so some vocabulary, and also some phrases for complaining, because I don't know if you guys agree, but I think people love to complain. They love to get things off their chest. So practicing a bit of this, so you guys can complain to us, and also just polite requests. So some phrases for politely maybe asking someone not to do something that is irritating you, potentially. So a little bit of this.
Lisa, I've got a question. I've got a question about an expression you used. What does it mean in English to get something off your chest?
Okay. So I said to get off your chest. So this is more. Oh, my camera's gone blue. This is more.
Yes, it has. Oh, Andy Warhol, yeah. I love your work.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just filtering myself, apparently. So to get something off your chest, it's not literal. It's kind of metaphorical. So, for example, if you have maybe a problem or a worry, you actually say it. You get it off your chest. So maybe you're holding that worry inside, or maybe also you're angry about something and you need to express it. So it's kind of to express something that is either annoying you.
Exactly. Perfect. So like Lisa says, it's a metaphor. We're not talking, but the idea is that the metaphor is that if you think your chest is here, this is your chest. So the idea is that if you imagine this is what's annoying me, and it's like pressing, it's getting like there's pressure on me, and I want to get it off my chest. And as Lisa also said, it can be something that irritates you, something that annoys you, something that makes you angry. It's something negative. It's always used in a negative way.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. Sonia said a lot of things irritate me. Yeah, I think it's
good,
normal.
Sonia. Sonia, we agree and we encourage you. Tell us what annoys you, because that's a big part of this lesson is we're talking about our pet peeves.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And really good. Bruno says traffic jam. Okay, so this is good for maybe the usage of pet peeve. Okay, so because if we talk about a pet peeve, if we talk about a pet peeve, we would say, for example, one of my pet peeves is, okay, one of my pet
Yeah.
peeves uh, is traffic jams, okay, or we could say traffic jams are a pet peeve of mine. Okay, pet peeve of mine. So if we use pet peeve,
it's
so
a
we can't
noun.
use it as a verb.
Yeah, it's a noun, guys. So it's something that you have, for example, or something that is. Okay, I have many pet peeves. This is a pet peeve, like that, for example. And
Yeah.
Sonia, when we talk about a traffic jam, so a traffic jam, it means when there is a long, long line of cars that are moving very slowly. Okay, so if you think, especially in the morning, for example, when people are going to work, there are traffic jams.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a jam is when it's blocked. When it's blocked.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, what is a pet
Sorry.
peeve? Well, fortunately, we've already explained that. Was that you whistling, Lisa?
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, that to talk to me on her app. Yeah, I
Very
will
good.
call her after this. That's her saying she wants to talk to me.
That's very sweet.
So yeah, so kind of yeah, it's quite cute. So what is a pet peeve? So yeah, we talked about this, but what are your biggest pet peeves? So some of you have already started saying this, but yeah, share them with us. Tell us what are your biggest pet peeves and why. Okay, the things that irritate you or annoy you the most. Very good. Okay, Sonia, excellent. Yeah. So here we have the noise. So the noise that the fork makes.
Yes.
Okay, the noise that the fork makes.
And also
Or the
nails
sound,
on the
yes.
blackboard. Yeah, very good. Exactly. That's a very common one, I think. That one.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. What about you, Liam? Do you have any pet peeves?
Oh, where to begin? I just,
Liam takes out a big list.
yeah. I mean, I'm trying to write. I'm trying to write a few examples now.
Okay.
For example, okay, I'll just put up. There's 3 of mine.
Ah, very good. Yes. Okay. I would agree. So people walking slowly in the street, people who are rude, and people who are late and don't apologize. Wow. Okay. Fantastic examples.
Yeah, those are 3 of mine because, especially people who are rude to waiters. Not just because I was a waiter, so I have a certain sympathy and solidarity with them, but I think just because I always think I know what type of person you are if you treat someone in a lower position than you a particular way.
Yeah.
Valeria says one of my, so guys, remember, with one of needs to be then with a plural because it's one of a multiple. So you'd say, Valeria, one of my pet peeves with S is the sound of chewing. Oh yes, absolutely. I think that for a lot of people, my sister-in-law has an almost psychopathic fear of that. It's almost a phobia with her, I would say, more than a pet peeve.
Yeah. I think it depends. Yeah, like some people I think are more sensitive to these things, but yeah, I think if someone chews with their mouth open as well, it can be very irritating.
Well, there is a name for it. It's something like sonophobia. It is yeah, which I don't know if it's an agreed medical diagnosis, but people say it's the fear, essentially, or the phobia of sounds like, for example, people chewing with their mouths open.
Ah, okay. Wow, okay, so it is actually a medical term.
I think there is some like, yeah, there are some debates about whether or not it's like a diagnosable fear. Sonia says that she agrees with the first one, so walking slowly in the street, absolutely. And Olga's got a good one. Pet peeves when my boyfriend throws his socks on the floor.
Hilarious.
Very, very good, Olga.
Love it.
Very good. Yeah, that's a very good one. Absolutely. I think lots of people could sympathize with that one. That's a very irritating thing when people are messy, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Lisa, what
yeah,
about you?
definitely.
What are some of your pet peeves?
I think I definitely agree with you. People walking slowly really bugs me. So yeah, that really, really irritates me. And also people, okay, so this is one, it's not so common in Ireland, but here I notice it a lot more. People spitting in the street.
Oh, yes,
It's
that's not nice.
disgusting.
Yes,
It's disgusting. So when people just spit openly in the street, I'm like, ugh. So just in case
absolutely.
anyone doesn't know, to spit is like when someone goes and they, it's disgusting. Uh, so to spit, like when like this, someone spits fluid from their mouth.
Yes.
Seems to be very, very common here. Not like I'm not saying it's not even just, it's people from lots of different countries. And for me, it's disgusting.
I would absolutely be in favor of introducing a law like in Singapore, where people who spit in the street are fined on the spot by the police. I absolutely think that is a perfectly legitimate. Bruno has got one.
Okay.
So yeah, sniff. Yeah, sniffs.
Like this.
Yeah, that. Like this, for example, Bruno. Sorry if we've just triggered you, Bruno, but we just want to make sure everybody knows sniff.
Yeah, exactly. Really good. Yeah, I think. Yeah, and then they're sniffing and they're not blowing their nose.
Yeah. Valeria, this is a good one. Another is when people throw rubbish in the streets. Excellent. Very good. And very good sentence structure, Valeria. Raffaele says, my pet peeve is when I talk on the phone and someone is screaming. Okay, Raffaele, do you mean the person you are speaking to or someone who is close to you? So, you're speaking on the phone and the person here is screaming, or do you mean the person on the other end of the telephone call? I mean, they're both irritating, so.
Exactly.
Oh, another one of mine. I've just remembered another one of mine is definitely when, for example, some stereotypes I try and live up to. So being a British person, I like to hold the door open for other people.
Yes.
Or, to step aside and let people go past me, anything like that. When people don't say thank you. It's a little thing, but it really bothers me. So I always make sure to very loudly and sarcastically go, "You're welcome."
Yeah, exactly. I agree. Yeah, it's very impolite.
What is this? This is. Oh, look, she's answering. Raffaele, it's not someone, it's my boyfriend. He's
obviously always screaming.
So Olga, though, says always does, because it's third person, because it's your boyfriend. So always does this. Marcelo says, one of my pet peeves is, so we actually have to say, Marcelo, with pet peeves, we use the gerund. So talking to someone who spits while speaking. So talking to someone
exactly.
who spits, because we use a gerund.
Yeah.
in these sentences. And yeah, Raffaele says, so yeah, when he's trying to have a conversation and people are being loud and screaming near him, absolutely, very annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very, very common as well when you're on the subway or something like that, and people are just shouting while they're talking, and they're being very dramatic for no apparent reason.
Yes, and
like
people,
over dramatizing things.
Absolutely, and people decide that being on a loud, crowded subway car is the best time to make an important phone call.
Yeah, exactly. It's really true. So yeah, so really good examples, guys. Keep letting us know if there are other things that are your pet peeves or things that irritate you. And also let us know if you can think of other ways to say something that annoys you. So some other phrases that we use in English. Okay, so we have a few examples here of how to phrase with my biggest pet peeve is I really hate it when. But maybe we have other examples of things.
Yeah, and I just wanted to also to explain as well that about the phrases. For example, my biggest pet peeve is you can either say people, ing, so people spitting, okay, or you can say when. If you say when people and then the infinitive, so when people spit, for example, they're very similar. Meaning is exactly the same. You can say my biggest pet peeve is people spitting when people spit. Same meaning.
Yeah, exactly. So it just depends on how you want to phrase it.
Lisa,
And
do you not
just
have any
here,
others
Marcella,
though?
so remember. Yes, I do. Sorry. Just to mention here, so third person here, someone that doesn't close the door behind them. So they don't close the door behind them.
Yeah, because
Okay,
it's third
bothers me too.
person.
Exactly. So we can use third person here. Let me think. Like I said, I get irritated when people talk on the phone too loudly, like being really dramatic for something very simple. I find it very strange, that sort of thing. But I think just as well, like rudeness in general, rudeness really irritates me. Like people who don't let you pass when you're, if you're walking in the street.
Oh my
And,
God.
I would make an effort to step out of the way, if you need to give someone
Yes,
space
of
if they're coming.
course. Of
But some
course.
people just don't. They just block everything. It's like they want to just block the the whole street or the whole
Or
path, and
yeah,
they don't make.
yeah, the very similar one
Yeah,
is
they just don't pay attention.
when you have a group of people who are walking, but instead of walking single file in a line, they spread out wide, so it's impossible for you to walk past them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Yeah, I get really irritated.
one of the pitfalls of living in a very touristy city is that you get a lot of slow, deliberate ambling and photograph taking and selfie taking people.
Yeah, it's true.
I
But
I
then there are
hate
just some
Fashion
people who
Week in
just
Milan,
don't pay attention.
and there's
Yeah.
that too. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, that really irritates me when people are inconsiderate, just in general. I could say that's like I really hate it when people are inconsiderate.
Yes,
Definitely.
yes, inconsiderate. That's a good one.
Mm.
Yeah, inconsiderate means not thinking about how your action impacts another person. So it's, as you say, it's like people who they just walk right past you without even attempting to let you get past them, for example, because all they're thinking about is themselves.
Exactly.
So we say that person is inconsiderate. Okay,
Exactly.
not considering someone else.
Exactly. Yeah, that really irritates me.
When people listen, okay, so Bruno, little thing, just the preposition, listen to. Listen to their music very high in the car. Very good. Maybe we'd say though, like very maybe loudly. Very, for example, with the volume very high. You could say with the volume very high. Yeah, I mean, it depends, Bruno. It depends. For me, it depends what music it is. I can tolerate some things more than others.
Yeah, it's true. Although that does remind me, it sounds like boy racers. Like boy racers, that term.
Yes, boys are
It's like the
particularly bad
loud
for
music.
it. Yes, driving in their sports cars, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, on that note, and I'm sure other people will agree with me. Sorry.
All right, good.
Like,
Lisa's been triggered. This is good, guys. Get ready.
The teenagers who think it's okay to walk around with those speakers. They have the little music speakers.
Yes,
and they walk around.
Yeah.
Blaring the music. Okay, so playing it really loudly.
Yes.
And apparently that's okay. Like nobody else is consulted in this. Sorry, I'm gone now.
No, that one as well. Yeah,
but
people playing their music loudly through their phones or a speaker. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It particular, and again, especially on, for example, on public transport.
Yeah, exactly. Where there's no place to escape.
Exactly. Very irritating. Oh, that one drives me up the wall as well.
Yeah, sorry, I get very irritated by teenagers sometimes.
And look, Olga agrees with you.
I appreciate it. It does. It really irritates me. It took me a while to get there, but yeah. Okay, so maybe we'll take a look at some other phrases.
Absolutely.
Phrases. Oh, sorry. Yeah, do you want to mention the correction? So yeah, it's such a good example. So we would say
just a little. It's just a very small thing. Yes, such a good example, because for emphasis.
Exactly. Okay. So guys, we want to take a look at these phrases. So these are other phrases for complaining. And we want to put them in order from the strongest to the weakest. Okay? Or sorry, from the weakest to the strongest. Just confused everything.
I don't think it matters that much. Don't beat yourself up.
I know. The weakest to the strongest. Okay, so so number one, you put the weakest. So you have to reorganize them. You can just tell us. Okay, you can tell us these in order. You don't have to write the whole phrase.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, the whole phrase, but just tell us this and the strongest. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I can just read through the phrases in the meantime. Okay,
sure.
So these are not in the correct order. Okay, so one is I can't stand it when. Okay, I can't stand it when. It gets on my nerves when. It annoys me to no end when. It bugs me when. It bothers me when. I hate it when. And it drives me crazy when. So you can see here, all of these, they're made in a way that presents a scenario. Okay, it presents a scenario.
So just like we were talking about
them. Yeah, just like you were saying.
Sorry, yeah, there's a lag. I was just saying, it's just like what we were saying. We're talking about situations.
Okay,
got a
really good question,
from Olga. Yes. Okay, Olga. So bugs and bothers. These are synonyms for irritate or annoy. Okay, if I say something bugs me or something bothers me, that means it irritates me. So, Lisa could say, it really bothers me when people play music loud. I can say it really bugs me when people walk slowly in the street. Sonia has had a go at, she's just gone for it.
Really quickly. Okay.
So Sonia, if just remember, so we're going from the lowest to the highest, okay? So
I think maybe she went the other way, but that's okay. We can reorder it.
Possibly, but it's fine, and we'll see if anybody else wants to try and answer it in the same way Sonia has, just by throw the numbers up. That's a good way. to answer it quickly.
Exactly. It's easier. You don't have to type them all out because that would take
Absolutely
a long
not.
time.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I can't stand is kind of a funny phrase as well.
Yeah.
I think because obviously to stand is actually to stand up. Okay, to stand up. That's a
Yes.
separate meaning. Whereas I can't stand is more like, okay, I can't stand it when it's like I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to deal with it.
You can say, yeah, it's intolerable or impossible to tolerate. Okay, Valeria.
Exactly.
541327. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Pretty good.
Sonia, don't worry. If everyone's trying. Do not worry, Sonia. Okay.
Honestly,
Everyone's trying.
These exercises are for fun. They're for practice. There are no wrong answers.
I'd say this exercise is difficult because the differences between these phrases are quite subtle.
Yeah, it's true. There would be native speakers who would have difficulty with this.
Absolutely. Yeah, if we had to ask someone to do this quickly, they might have a bit of trouble.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Does anybody else want to give us maybe one or two people just because it's always good to have a difference of opinion.
And then we'll go through.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think we'll flash up the answers for you.
Exactly. So we'll just give a minute just because there can be a delay on the comments coming through. But yeah, I think also drives me crazy. I use, like, which of these do you use the most, Liam?
Oh, let's see. It bothers me. I say that. I hate it when I use that. I think those two probably. If I'm honest, those two. I mean, it's impossible to. You'd have to record yourself, but I feel like bothers me and I hate it when. And maybe bugs me. Bugs me is a bit more American English, but as you and I have discussed before, a lot of I speaking for myself, I find a lot of American English creeping into my vocabulary.
Yeah, exactly. And I would often use bugs as like, he really bugs me as well, talking about a person.
Yes, because we can use these you can say, like, he drives me crazy, he gets on my nerves, I can't stand her, she annoys me to no end. We can use all of these to talk about people.
Exactly. If you want to talk about your co-workers, go right ahead.
Absolutely. Co-workers, roommates, family members, bring it on. We're all friends here.
Okay, so we have fantastic. We have, I suppose, all different solutions, which is great.
Yeah, good difference of opinion.
Really good. So we'll go through them. Okay, so one, to show you the weakest to the strongest. Okay. Number one. So the weakest we have is 5. Okay, so perfect. Valeria got it there. So it's me when. Okay, so this is,
and I think
something bothers you.
Just jumped in that. Yeah, Raffaele as well. Yeah, well done. Well done.
Yeah, exactly. Because to bother it's a little bit annoying. Okay, it's not very strong. Okay, it's not very, very.
Very good.
Okay, perfect. So number 4, same as the guys got there. Brilliant. So it bugs me when, again, a bit irritating. Then
these are quite low level.
Okay, so Bruno got that one there. Bruno got it, perfect.
Yeah.
So
very good.
I get on my nerves when.
Very good.
And then it annoys me to no end. Fantastic. Okay, again, it's both Brunos. Brilliant.
That's right.
Really
very
good. Excellent. And when? So number 6 is the 5th one. Okay, really good. And then it drives me crazy. And the top, I can't stand it when. Okay, I can't stand it when. So a good few of you got the last one there.
Yeah.
I think. No, wait. Am I wrong? I'm getting confused. Or almost.
No, I think generally, I don't think anybody had it perfect, but I think generally most people have gotten the idea of kind of grouping them from the low, the middle, and the high. So I think generally pretty good. Actually, well done, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and as we said, some of them are quite similar, so it's difficult to put them in a very specific order, but it's more just to practice the emphasis. Okay, they're different emphasis. Okay. So then, okay. So how annoying. So this is what do you do when? Okay, so what do you do when something annoys you? Okay,
Yes.
so in this case, maybe we could even use their own pet peeves. So
Absolutely.
like for example, what do you do when, I don't know, for like we said, for example, someone spitting while they're talking to you? What do you do? Okay, what do you do? So we could use it in this way. So how do you react? Okay, how do you react? So to try and tell us, maybe you can even talk about a specific situation which happened. Okay, so maybe you tried to do something or you tried to ask someone to stop. So maybe to give us some examples.
Yeah, you may have, as like Lisa says, you really may have a real life case. I'll give just one example from myself. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my example. When someone doesn't say thank you when I open a door for them, I shout, "You're welcome." Okay, that's what I do.
Excellent.
That would be my example, guys. So just something like that. It doesn't need to be anything long or complicated. Just tell us,
Mm-hmm.
what's your typical reaction? As we said, like Olga said, when your boyfriend throws his socks on the floor. I think Raffaele said when people talk on the phone loudly, anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one I do a lot
Okay.
because there's sometimes it's not worth the effort of confronting someone in a situation, or that they're only going to respond more irritated. Do a lot nice.
Yeah.
So it's nothing. It doesn't help the situation. But for
Yes.
example, when someone doesn't like step out of the way on the street, like I just roll my eyes, irritated, but I don't usually confront them.
Okay. So you don't actually okay. Here we go. So Sonia's got a good one. Sonia says, "You're sitting in a traffic jam. I close my eyes and I listen to music." Beautiful. Very good example, Sonia.
Excellent.
Very nice. Very civil and a very, very, very
Very
civilized way. Very similar way. Very hacked. Sonia says, "I agree with Liam." Bruno, he's reacting to the situations on the screen. I ask him to switch off his mobile phone. Very good. Fantastic. Good use of the phrasal verb switch off as well.
Yeah, really, really good. And just if anyone doesn't know it, so what I said there was to roll your eyes. It's like when, I don't know if you can see me properly, but it's when you move your eyes upwards. You're like, ugh.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
like
called to roll your eyes.
a visible display of irritation that we often find ourselves making in situations like that. Valerius says, if I'm close to the person, I tell him or her what irritates me. Okay. So, but Larry, just a little thing. You say that it irritates me, because in English, if you say tell him what irritates me, you're talking in a more general way. It's like, oh, hello, this irritates me, this irritates me, this irritates me. You just have to be a little bit more. Ah, Lisa, you're a trend on TikTok.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay.
Sonia, I don't have
In what
TikTok,
way? Like
Sonia, so.
maybe to music? I don't know.
Do
I'm
you
trying
have
to imagine.
TikTok?
Yes, I recently joined it because my friend was actually bugging me. So again, we can use it in this way. So bugging me. So she was asking repetitively. So she was bugging me to join TikTok. So I joined, and I still, but it's funny. I don't know how to use it.
I don't have it. I still don't understand. I don't personally understand why it's not just a shorter version of Snapchat.
I think it kind of is. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know. I don't know. It's like Instagram for many videos with music. I don't know.
Yeah. Sonia can tell us. I had TikTok last year, but not now. Okay, so maybe you deleted it.
So it's not even trendy anymore. Who knows? Okay, really good. So any examples you can give, guys? We'll maybe give this another minute or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep it coming. These are good examples.
You can use the examples on the screen if you want, but just how do you respond? Okay, how do you respond when someone is doing things that annoy you?
Raffaele says, if anyone smokes near me, I make him put out his cigarette. Wow, good for you, nice. Raffaele. You're tough. I make him put out his cigarette.
See, I just go for the passive aggressive, but
yeah, I think Bruno as well. If someone is smoking near me, okay, but Bruno, we just use present simple. I cough, okay, because you're talking generally. Mm-hmm. Okay, you would just say I cough. Yeah, if someone is smoking near me, I cough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like Lisa does, the passive aggressive cough.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you have to catch me in a really bad mood for me to actually confront someone about something.
So Raffaele, very good. Yeah, but just Raffaele, what you'd say normally is not really I mean, if you say I hate cigarettes, you have to say it in the plural because it's present simple. We're talking in general. What people usually though do is they specify the action and they'll usually say I hate smoking.
Exactly.
They'll usually put it like that. They'll say not I hate cigarettes, more they'll say I hate smoking.
Exactly. Really, really good.
Very good. Very good examples. Yeah, fantastic. All right.
Yeah, so you can put in the plural as well like that.
Very good.
Okay. Will we take a look at responses?
Yeah, I think so. We've got about 5 or 6 minutes left. So absolutely.
Exactly. So these are some ways to say stop. Okay, so politely saying stop. So they're requesting. So these are some common phrases that we use, but we want you guys to tell us. So we have the different terms. So we have great, appreciate, stop, mind. Okay, so put in. So what word is missing from each phrase?
Yeah.
Okay, what word is missing from each phrase?
So again, guys,
okay, and these are phrases you can use.
Yeah, just write the number and then the word next to it. You no need to write out the complete phrase.
Exactly. We want this to be easy. Yeah, Liam, have you ever confronted someone or like politely asked them? I think it's just not in our nature sometimes.
It's not. I think Britain and also I think Ireland are two quite passive aggressive societies. We don't like to be directly rude or confrontational. I will shush people a lot more in the cinema than I used to. I'm not really bothered about telling someone to be quiet in the cinema. I feel a heightened version of that because I really enjoy going to the cinema, and I also think since I paid for it, I'm not going to let somebody spoil what can sometimes be quite an expensive experience.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And I think there's a safety of being in the dark as well. You don't have to directly deal with the person.
No, I can be as rude as I want and no one can see me. Exactly.
It's like you don't know who just hushed you.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, looking good on the answers, guys. Very good. very good.
Really good. So the first one, fantastic. So could you please stop talking during the film? Really good. And Liam, do you want to read number 2?
Sure. Number 2, as you guys have all pointed out, is I'd appreciate it if you smoked. Elsewhere, please. So because this is a conditional phrase, I'd appreciate it if, and then the participle, if you smoked. Okay. Sorry, the past simple, excuse me. If you smoked elsewhere, please.
Perfect. And then number 3, fantastic, guys. So, excuse me, but would you mind? So, would you mind not swearing in front of my children? Fantastic. Very, very good.
And again,
really
that one is always like mind not, and then ing, not swearing, not talking, not listening, not playing, for example.
Exactly. And even if it's not, if it's a positive, so this is a negative, would you mind not? Would you mind doing the shopping? Okay, so again, the ing as well.
And also, you can even just ask as this, do you mind? If you say in English, like, do you mind, as a rhetorical question, that's a way to indicate that you're annoyed or irritated.
Exactly. And really good, actually, guys, swearing. So what does it mean? So what does swearing mean? So swearing is to say bad words. Okay, so to say bad words. So ones that are, kind of, I guess, not. Oh God, I've fallen down a well.
Yeah, you enjoy this, Lisa. You go right ahead. You're doing great.
So we have children watching. So yeah, words that are very negative. So things that maybe we would have them, they're marked out or they're bleeped out when you're on a TV show. So so I don't know. I don't want to give an example, but I think you can understand.
Yes, exactly. It's saying bad words. Okay. Such as I mean, there are some we can use kind of more gentle ones, such as for example, crap, damn, for example, etc., etc. We'll keep this as a PG-13.
They're the more polite ones.
Yeah, they keep this at the milder end of the spectrum. It's well before the 9 p.m. watershed.
Exactly. It's too early for that. But yeah, there are more severe ones. But really good question. Yeah, that's what swearing is. So it's very different.
Yeah. And then the last one, it would be great if you could cover your mouth when you sneeze. Ha! That feels particularly appropriate right now.
Yes,
you can also,
definitely.
guys, say it would be great. Yeah. It would be great if you would as well. You could say it would be great if you would. It would be great if you could. Okay, the different modal. Just that would focuses on the result and could focuses on the possibility.
Exactly. Really, really good. That's excellent, guys. So I think there were no wrong answers. You all got those correct.
No, perfect.
But yeah, these phrases, so the structure of these phrases are very useful for even just polite requests in general. So you can use them for polite requests, not just for if someone is irritating you.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. They are perfectly polite and very useful.
Yeah, exactly. And guys, so let us know if you have any final questions or anything you'd like to ask us. We just have a minute left before we finish. So please let us know. And yeah, thank you so much. You've been fantastic in this webinar. It's flown by.
Yeah, you've done really well, guys. Really good participation. Great work on all the exercises. So do keep checking online, and remember these webinars are happening pretty much all day, every day. But also remember, though, we are closed this Saturday for Easter, so there's no activities on Saturday.
Exactly. So we can all eat some chocolate. Absolutely.
We can still do that. That's still permitted. All right, guys. Thank you so much and have a fantastic week. And we will hopefully, as Sonia says, see you soon. Absolutely. Great to see you guys and have a good week.
Thanks so much, guys.
Bye,
Thank you for joining.
Bye.
Bye.